Good morning, everybody. This is Moment at Moment's Art, and today's class is number 8 in the summer, and today I will be showing in this class about how to render a landscape with the acrylic and uh, with the watercolor also. So this is the I will actually render quickly with the watercolor, and how you can study your painting in watercolor first before you go on a big canvas or big paper. So this is the idea of the class today is how to I would say how to plan your painting. Like you need to understand the value, the color, the composition, the light, how to mix colors. So before you go and start working on acrylic on a bigger scale painting. So this is what is all about. It's not just I'm making showing you what is watercolor, what is acrylic. Yes, it is actually you can understand the purpose of the medium, right? How you can use the watercolor, and how can you use the same information applied in a watercolor, whichever whatever you learn in watercolor, how you apply the same information towards the acrylic. A lot of people they get confused if you don't get the basic understanding of painting, how to mix color, how to compose, how to control the light. Those are the things, if you don't understand, then it will be a challenge for any medium you do. It's just not for the watercolor. But the watercolor is the medium that you can practice very small, or you can actually practice small on acrylic also. It's not a problem, but the watercolor is more portable and more easy to understand certain things before you go to acrylic. Medium acrylic is different as compared with the watercolor, so you have to be careful when you go to the acrylic. It will be a change. So a change, a drying time, the opacity of the color, and the brushes are different. The way you work in watercolor, it will be entirely different in acrylic. Although acrylic is a water-based medium also, and watercolor, of course, watercolor is watercolor. So it's all water-based medium. So eh, let's start. I have the painting on my. Let me put the painting on my screen quickly. Let me check everything is okay on my side, working fine. Okay, perfect. So everything is working fine. Let me just close my phone, and let's put this picture on the scene. So here, oops, sorry, I just faded to black. I don't know why. Here. So the picture is on the screen right now, as you can see, right? Now, what I will do, I'm gonna go render the that small boat sitting on the shoreline. Plus, there's some abstraction on the back, some trees and everything. Before we go, I'm gonna go quickly with the. See, this is the watercolor supplies. This is the my watercolor brushes, and then I was explaining initially in the class that what are you expecting in two mediums. So this is my acrylic set for brushes set, which is very this brush has been used so much, so you can see how bad it is, but it still works. A beautiful brush, very stiff, and when you put the color on the canvas, it just put the color very firmly on the canvas. And if you need a very smooth, very soft type of washes in acrylic, these are the brushes you need. Very hard brush, very hard, the synthetic brush, right? So this is the my flat brush, two flat brush, some small brushes, round brush, one round brush I have, and one small flat brush for smaller details. So this is the two sets, and I have the palette here. I squeeze some paint, And I'm not using my other palette today because it's engaged in, I'm working on the other painting, so it's on the other room right now. This is the palette here. Let me just remove that picture. You know what? Let's bring the palette here. Let's get these brushes out here. I'm not gonna take so much of time because today is two paintings, so one small thumbnail in watercolor, and then we'll go to small acrylic. So this is my palette for acrylic. So I have burnt sienna, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, burnt raw umber, and I have a cerulean blue. This is a cobalt blue, ultramarine, crimson, and the titanium white. So this is the palette for today's class. Actually, I need some red color in a boat also, and I need cerulean blue to render the sky, the water. The burnt raw umber, I need to mix my grays, and the burnt umber also, I can mix my grays. And yeah, I hope you remember how to mix colors also, right? So if you don't, I can show you quickly. I don't wanna, like I said, I don't wanna go too much into the class for the this type of educational or tips. So see, this is the acrylic, and here I put some burnt sienna on the paper, right? I'm not using a canvas for this example. Make sure you clean your brush. Same thing with the water, like a watercolor, and I pick up some ultramarine blue, and I got a nice, beautiful grayish color. You can see that. So I put a little bit more water. I get more. So the opacity of the color is kind of disappear, but it feel like it's like a watercolor. So because it's a water-based medium, so here we can do the same thing. The graded wash in watercolor you can do with the acrylic also. And then you can mix cadmium yellow. I put cadmium yellow here. It's a deep hue, I believe, cadmium yellow, deep hue. And I will clean my brush. Make sure you clean your brush before you. Then I would put into the yellow. I need some more, basically more cadmium yellow. The ratio is very important to mix color. So this is the my beautiful the orange color coming. So this is how it's same thing in watercolor, same thing in acrylic. You need same kind of information. Now here in acrylic, if you need to change the consistency of this orange, right, I would put some titanium white and make it paler. So that's how you change. And the watercolor is different. Watercolor, you have to put some more water to make the wash lighter. Here is you need to go with the you need help, or you can still use some water also. But what happens when you put too much liquidy type of paint on a canvas, it will drip and it will start creating problem. But in watercolor it doesn't do that, so it just two medium works with the water, but in a different way. So here, see that this is the graded wash in acrylic. I put some titanium white, and now if you want to mix your green color, you go pick up some cerulean blue, beautiful cerulean blue, and I will put a little bit here, and then I will just use same cadmium yellow in it, and I got a beautiful green color. So that's how you mix color in acrylic. And if you need more understand, I mean, need change the consistency of the color, then you go mix some white color, titanium white or any other white color you have. You can change the consistency of the color by mixing the other white color here. A little bit water also, so because you need a water, it's a water-based medium. Here I will just mix some here so I can get a nice graded type of wash. Although see that white color, make it you have to be careful because in certain pigment, like see the orange doesn't show too much, but the green color I mix with the cerulean blue and cadmium yellow, it change as soon as I put a white color in it to change the consistency, make them lighter. It become like a chalky color. Like you have to be careful. You don't want to use too much of a white color in your painting, because otherwise your painting will become dull, will become like a little bit chalky. Okay, so here how to mix gray color. Basically, the burnt sienna is a dark orange color. So burnt sienna has a red. How burnt sienna is a yellow, cadmium yellow, and a crimson or a cadmium red. So that's how you put a little bit blue in it. I can make my, let me show you how I can make my own burnt sienna. So you go put some cadmium yellow, and let me pick up some, I don't want to go, and I will put some cadmium red. Let me clean my brush, and let's put some more cadmium yellow. And then what do? You just go and put some ultramarine blue, or I would prefer ultramarine blue. A little bit ultramarine blue will work, right? And you have to be careful. You don't want to put too much. Ratio is very important, right? The ratio is to mix certain colors. Then I'll put some red color in it. I mean, so cadmium red. And I got this almost like a burnt sienna color here. Very simple to understand. It's nothing. You just I put cadmium red, I put cadmium yellow, and if I put more ultramarine blue, then it will become here. Then it will come down here, and then it will become a beautiful, nice bluish gray color here. If you want to get back to the brown color, then you put some more cadmium red in it, and then you get a beautiful, like you see, it's become a little bit magenta, but you can put some more cadmium yellow in it, and it will go back to the burnt sienna, or like a dark brown color type of color here. There you go. So this is how you change color, change mix your own color, and understand, see what happened when you mix two colors like that. Okay, let's just take out the paper, and I will go. I don't want to reverse this paper, because it's gonna create some problem. So I will put this out. And the other thing is, you need to spray this. If you have a palette with the acrylic, I would just go spray a little bit so it won't dry, because the acrylic colors are, once they're dry, then it's hard to bring it back, especially with the brushes also. If you working with the cadmium with the acrylic, I mean watercolor is fine, you can wash it, it's not a problem. But the soon as you're working on the acrylic, you need to be careful. You don't want to let the paint dry. Once the paint dry, then and that's it. It's done. It's not coming back. But the watercolor, once you have the watercolor in your palette, you can leave it open for a month. It's nothing happen. All you have to do just spray some water like this, and it will revive the color again, and you can use it. So here, let's put some water and get the paint wet so I can use it easily. Although I don't do that, but it's okay. You can do that also if you have a problem with the certain company, the watercolor. It dry, and it get very brittle, like it just become a kind of a rock or something. So then you need to spray water on those colors. Some colors, the expensive pigment, they never go dry, because they have mixed with the honey or gum arabic. So that those colors are, that's why they are expensive, and they are known for good colors, because they last. You don't need to spray water or something. They stay like a soft, and you don't need to spray water. Okay, so let's start the painting, and it's on the display. You can see that. I can let me sketch it quickly, and then I will render this in watercolor first, and then we will do the same painting in acrylic also. I have the canvas here, is been gessoed, and I will render in acrylic. Okay, and now I'm not going to do a full painting on the watercolor because we don't have time. We already have 15 minutes in a class. So here, horizon line, first thing first, horizon line, then shoreline. Just a triangle. Measure, see what's going on. Triangle, rectangle, and then some trees or something, maybe a hut here, and the boat. If you have a challenge of a drawing board, you can do on a separate paper and then draw the boat on a separate paper. Maybe you can work with the watercolor. You can go and paint the boat separately. So I have a beautiful sepia color and I will mix it up. I'm gonna put some here. Get some cadmium orange. I have a cadmium orange, and then you can just work on this boat like that. That's a small boat, and let's put a mass, same color. Pick up some color, control the light, right? Some sepia color again to control the light here. Here some dark color in the cavity of the board because I'm assuming the light is coming from here, right? So here, let's put the flag more. Get some more dark color, the sepia color, and then cast some shadow, some on the trim, and you can put just to create some more drama to your painting. Put some flag, and I will grab a nice small brush made by Fumi. This is a good brand actually. I've been using this and I would recommend. This is a very cost-effective brushes. Although these are synthetic brushes, right? You can use for acrylic. You can use for the watercolor also. Although they meant for the watercolor, that's what they say on their website at Amazon. I bought it from Amazon actually. Not very expensive and. It works really good. Actually, you can buy them too. I'm not endorsing anybody, but I can recommend these are the good brushes for the price you paid. And I will put some cadmium orange, and that's it. So this is how you do in watercolor, and then I will put some yellow ochre type of color, the earthy color, right? And let some color bleed, and then you go with the cerulean blue or Prussian blue, and you put on the background. Get some sky type of look, and there you go. See this, you can play with watercolor like this, but with acrylic it's hard to do this type of stuff, right? You can do small thumbnails on the side, right? Okay, let's go back to the painting. I don't want to take so much of the time. Just here, my pencil, the board, put the mass here, small board, not too big because we are already the boat is there. Maybe we don't need to draw the boat. And that's it. So this is all you need. Let me zoom in. So this is all you need. If you need more, you can put a figure, you can put something else. It's all up to you, but we're not going to do this for this class, right? But keep it simple as possible and learn how the mediums work, how you draft your painting, how the proportion work, how you compose your painting. This is the more important. Instead of buying expensive supplies or other stuff, it's okay, but you have to focus on those things first, right? Before you go and uh, do certain things, distract yourself for other stuff, right? Maybe you think if you're buying $100 brush, it'll make your work better, but trust me, it's not about the. I mean, like it is about the supplies also, but first you have to develop the skill, right? You need to understand how certain color works, how to mix color, how to draw, how to compose your painting, how to control the light. So this is how you improve. And then once you are at this certain level, you said, okay, I understand everything now. Then you go buy expensive brushes and you can try out certain things. Okay, let's go. Let's get some yellow ochre type of color. I have a little bit that brown color. I have a mix. I have a little bit orange color, so I will mix it up with the. If you don't have the yellow ochre in your palette, you can go mix if you have a Naples yellow, it works very good with the Naples yellow. If you have Naples yellow, and then you just mix it up with the cadmium orange, and then put some either sepia color, tone it down, it will become beautiful like a yellow ochre type of color like that. So here I'm gonna put some color. Quickly keep the board open. I'm not painting on the board, and keep the little bit rope open also. Get some more color. And if you want to get this brown color lighter in watercolor, you put some more water and then you get the color, change the consistency of the color. So this is how in a watercolor. In acrylic, you mix with the white, and then or you can mix with the water also. But acrylic doesn't work like that. You can use the white color and then it will work beautiful in acrylic. So I'm going to put some cerulean blue, Persian blue, mixed with my French ultramarine blue for the sky quickly, and blending, graded wash. I hope everybody understand what is graded wash in watercolor, what is blending, what is very graded wash, what is hard edge, what is soft edge. So here I'm making a little bit graded wash here, and I am going to leave it here. You can go down all the way, but keep some white space for this house, right? Something in there in the atmospheric perspective. So you need to uh, leave some space for those stuff for the later, right? Now I'm gonna mix some. I have some lemon yellow in my palette. I'm gonna mix some green color for the background, right? And I will get some lemon yellow and clean my brush. Make sure your brush is clean. Then I will mix it up with the Prussian blue, and I got a beautiful green color. So I will start randomly. I have some sap green also I can use straight from the tube also. It's not a problem. But if you want to tone it down, you can just put some lemon yellow. Change the consistency of the color again. Here I would put quickly some color on the horizon, at the horizon line, some trees, simulate some trees or something, and then I will put some gray color. I have the burnt sienna type of color. Earlier I put it, and I put some sepia color in it and make it darker. Or you can put some French ultramarine and you get a beautiful dark gray color here. Let me just move this painting here so you can see my palette also. Here I will put a little bit, not too much, right? You don't want to put too much, otherwise it will be a big problem. It's gonna be a very dark color in the background, right? So I will go grab some sap green, more sap green, and I will just put some, let it mix on the paper on its own. And just blend it, just put some against this brown color, and that's it, you're done. Now for the reflection in the water, what you can do, you can clean your brush. Let me bring the water here. Basically, I don't know if you guys can see my, so I soak my brush, right? I have a clean brush. Now what you can do, the wash is still wet, right? So you can go just to touch it a little bit, touch it a little bit, and it will bleed into this the water, and you create a beautiful reflection for you. This is how you do if you want to get some reflection in the water. And then you go grab some the Prussian blue, and then you put some in the water, and you get the beautiful water and the reflection at the same time. And then with a little bit dry brush marks, dry brush marks and I get some foam or some crushing wave on the shoreline. This is what I get, and I'll get some more. This is my previous class mix is Persian blue, I think, and some French ultramarine. So I will put a little bit here at the edge of this white foam or crushing wave and create some more look to my paint. If it is too much water, you think here, you can just pick it up, clean it, make sure you brush it. Let me grab some paper towel. So clean your brush. You clean, make sure you brush it. Let me zoom out a little bit because it's too close, I guess. Let's go in the software. Here, I think this is better. So you clean your brush, right? You go, if you think you put too much color, you pick it up. You just wash your brush, dry your brush with the paper towel. Make sure, I have a bad habit. I just squeeze the brush with my fingers. So, and here all that stuff is gone. Now you can go again. You can create some kind of a dry brush mark. I mean, lift the colors here, make some trees. It's up to you how much you want to get into the painting. So let me just make this lighter, and so this is basically, this is what it is. And I will put some dark color here, maybe certain thing here, casting shadow from this side, because I'm assuming the light is coming from here. So this is how I'm working with this painting. I'm assuming the light is coming from here. Now let's work on the board and then we'll move on. We'll put some cadmium orange, very uh, straight from the tube, and you can put any other color if you want, but I like this type of, you need more excitement, more drama into your painting. So now I'm gonna go carefully render this. You can leave this white space here if you want. You can make this change the color, and you can do a very. Let me zoom in actually. Zoom in a little bit more. So see what's going on. How I'm painting this board. Let's move this here. There you go. So I put some water and I make this orange color lighter. So what do you do if you think it's too much orange? Then you can go clean your brush and you lift the colors and you just make it very paler. And the hull of the board, the front part, I would just leave it white so it expose more to the light. So I would just leave this white. And now I'm gonna go work with a smaller brush and create some more detail. And now basically I'm controlling the light, so I will put some dark color in the cavity and the trim on the other side of the board, so it creates some type of dark, so it's blocking the light from this side, right? The inside, the see this board here, so the cavity of the board, when the light is coming from here, this part will be dark and this part will be dark also. But the why is not dark as this one? Because some light is going on the shore and is coming back, so that's how this part is get lighter, and but the inside of the cavity of the bone is darker because there's no it's very less reflected light going into, and the it very less exposed to the light, so it is more darker. And this one is darker as compared with this one, but because of the reflected light coming from here and there, and then it create a dark, but not dark as this, the trim of the board. I hope you understand the reflected light also. So here I will put some dark at the edge. I have the mix, previous mix with the burnt sienna, French ultramarine, and cadmium orange. And now I'm going to control the light, put some dark value here, and the hull also. Just go quickly, the rope, and some more stuff maybe here, dark value, and I would just put some shadow also, the mass and the rope, and And then I will let's do the figure also. Since we are doing the whole thing, I will grab some cadmium cobalt blue straight from the tube. I'm not mixing up with any other color. You can put, and then you create the one leg is up, one is down, so make him feel like he's walking. And the cadmium orange for the face because he's coming towards us, so it'll be, and a little bit gray color. Oops, a little bit gray color, and create the casting shadow of this figure also. As the sun goes down, the shadow will be longer. I hope you understand that also. If it is sun is here, then the shadow will be shorter. If the sun is here, then shadow will be stay within the boundaries of this subject you try to paint. So this is you should understand. Okay, done. So that painting is done. You see how easy it is in watercolor to understand. And now I can work on this shack also here. Let's put some cadmium orange, the roof. If you want, you can do some other color also. And then I will go grab some gray color. It's still wet. The wash is still wet, so it just I'm gonna put some here and a little bit. Try to avoid this because the color is kind of smudging with this wet wash. So it's okay. I can live with that. Let's put some dark here. Just vaguely, just make a tree or something. If you want a more realistic look, you can go and make it more realistic look. It's up to you. But I am pretty much done. So my study work is done in watercolor, and this is how you do painting in watercolor also. So this is what is the watercolor painting, and then I'm gonna render into acrylic also. It's just a little bit more excitement. Let me just put some Naples yellow in there somewhere, here, there. You don't need to explain so much that what it is. Just put a little bit, maybe a boat here. The white, the white of this paper I can use for the boat. I can put a little bit boat here, here, another boat here. The mass create more busy painting, right? More drama, and then I'll put some birds on the sky also my small beautiful Fumi brush, number 000 number round brush, and some birds here there. You don't need to do very precise work. You just go, and there you go. And then it's too close to the water, so I will create some reflection of this bird into the water also. So it will be uh, here. Let's put one here also, different formation, right? Here, there you go. So this is the watercolor painting, and let me go close, and so you can see what happened here, and right. So this is the basically that's a watercolor painting, and then I'm going to do the acrylic version in 1 minute. We have half hour and 25 minutes, enough time, so I can go and create the other painting. Okay, so hopefully if you have any question, please leave the comments in the chat, and I will maybe I can answer, I will answer your question later because we don't have time. And if you have any questions or any concern that you don't understand how I render certain colors, how I compose my painting, and how I apply mix colors, work in wet into wet. So all that type of how to create the reflection, how you control the light. That all that question. If you have any question, please let me know, and I will answer. Okay. So I will remove this painting from here, and I will bring the canvas now. Okay. So this is the canvas we're gonna use. Let me just go. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Zoom out. Canvas is funny. It's just the grains on the canvas. It creates some like wrinkles when you focus the. I don't know how to take that off, but let's remove all these watercolor supplies. You can I can use watercolor supplies also. It's not a problem. But let's remove it since we're not gonna use it, and bring the beautiful watercolor. I mean the acrylic palette here. Okay. So again, same thing. I'm gonna go. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, here. There you go. So this is, I think, the favorable situation right now. Let me log this focus and all that because it's kind of creating a problem. I don't know why is here is locked now. Okay, it was keep focusing back and forth and not very good. Okay, so again, same painting. I will put a little bit, not a little bit, horizon line. Boom, the shack, right? The shack here. If you want, you can put another one. You can put the trees a little bit going up here. You don't need to exactly what we done here, but we're gonna use almost same type of painting. And I will put a shack here, a smaller house, a little bit smaller house, and maybe you can put some rocks here also, right? Getting into the water, and then the water here coming down here. Maybe a boat here. I'll put a boat here. All right. Another boat or whatever here. No, this boat, put it here. Hull, the mast, the rope. Oh, you can put a rope here if you want. You don't need to put a rope here. You can change it here. Make it more shallow. So here, and I will use this reflection of this boat here, beautiful, and then we're gonna go reflection on the water of these houses also, right? Reverse painting, that's what we call the reverse painting. That's it, done. So my sketch is done. I can put a figure here also. If you want, you can put a figure, some jewelry work after we finish the painting. And rope here, rope winding down on the shoreline. So this is it. That's what you need to render that type of painting, right? So now I'm gonna go grab my round brush, or I can use the flat brush, whatever you like, and I will start with the. You can spray some water if you want, and if you think it's too dry, that although it is dry, so what you can do to make it more smoother washes in acrylic. Let me zoom in a little bit more, and actually, yeah, there you go. So you can spray some water on the canvas a little bit, not too much, right? Not too much, and you get a kind of a beautiful wet type of washes. And there you go. I see that I put too much water, so you need to be careful. You don't want to put too much water on the canvas, otherwise it will become a little bit problem, right? It will start it's gonna start working like a watercolor, so you don't need that. You need to bring the acrylic look in your painting. So here I put a cerulean blue and some titanium white. I'm gonna put some more. So what do you do? I'm working on the wet into wet. I will let the painting dry, And okay, a little blurry. Let me check. Okay, now, all right, perfect. Thank you so much for your help, and I really appreciate that feedback. Helped me because I don't see the big screen here with me, and I have a very small setup here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that feedback someone gave me. Thank you so much. And here now, if you think this is it's too much, it's cerulean blue is kind of dominating your painting, and it's too like a not a not it just you like a too sweet, right? Like that's what I call the Prussian blue, cerulean blue, turquoise. All these are very cool type of blue, so you don't want to put too much type of blue in your painting, otherwise it will start dominating, right? And it kind of you should mix to tone it down those colors. So here let me put quickly, and now I want to show you something. Let me put this brush back. This brush, remember I showed you initially. So what you can do, you can blend the colors very nicely, right, on the canvas. So here, if I go quick strokes with this brush, and you get a beautiful smooth type of strokes surface with this type of brush, like there. And you don't need to worry about these trees and mountains. You just keep going, and until you get all the colors are blend into the one. And let me get some more white color, and I'll show you actually how you blend these colors nicely with the acrylic. Here, let's put some here. If I put more white color, it will create more beautiful blending into this white color because it's coming fresh from the tube, right? Here. So this is how you blend colors on the canvas, wet into wet. You don't want to wait, and create a beautiful smooth texture on the canvas. Here I can come down and there's mountains or trees or whatever you call. Now I can use some cobalt blue also at the same time if you want. If you need more drama to the sky, you need more. Just a little bit water, just a little bit water, and not too much water. Just on the tip of the brush, and you can change the consistency of these colors by mixing cobalt blue and there you go. See, entirely different way of rendering as compared with the watercolor. So this is like is watercolor is easy. As you see that I'm still working, although I'm showing what different techniques, what you can do with the acrylic, but imagine like how much work I can finish I one painting by just rendering the sky. I can do a small watercolor painting in this amount of time. Here, okay, done. So now what you can do, you can go and now you can go mix your like a small brown color, right? Let me just straight this painting here. Let's go. Oh, it's still focusing and back focusing. I don't know why. I locked it. Okay, it is locked actually. I don't know why it keep focusing. Anyway, so now the skies are done. I'm not. You don't want to go create more patches of the brush patches. You just stop here, and then if you want some clouds, you can go put some clouds like that with the white color. If you need more excitement, more interest in your painting, you can put some white color and create some clouds. Very easy. You don't need to do too much. Let's go slowly, and here let's put some more white color here. I can create some more cloud here, there, although we don't have enough time, but it's okay. Here, okay, let's get this brush off. Let me just clean my brush here, or maybe in the water, because this is the reflection of the sky in the water. So again, I'm just cleaning my brush here. All right, so I can put this back. Too big of a brush for small work. So here, I'll just go keep these houses and all that open and put this clean my brush here. Okay, done. Let's put it back, and then I will grab some little bit round brush and mix some gray color. Let's mix some bird raw umber and ultramarine blue, and I will start putting some underneath these clouds, so I can have some volume, some something in these clouds also. That's a gray color, and you can go round stroke like that if you want. If you like this type of work, you can go a little bit here. Let's put some here also. Where the dark patches are, it works really good because it shows right away here. Okay, so here are the a little bit clouds. I didn't do too much because otherwise it's gonna take so much of the time, right? I can go put some white here on the top and create some more, like a crispy type of cloud. But since we don't have time, so I will just leave it here, a little bit here, there. Make it more smoother. You can put some here, a little bit on the horizon, on the top of these, a little bit. Not too much, otherwise it'll be too many clouds, and we don't want it. Just a little bit dark color underneath of these clouds. Bring some volume into these clouds also. A little bit here, there, here. Okay, done. We don't want to go too much, right? Now I'm going to grab my flat brush because we need a smaller half-inch flat brush for the mountains or tree, whatever you want to plant, right? I can mix the green color. Let's mix the green color by mixing the either cerulean blue, cobalt blue, whatever color you have, and you can mix green color in so many ways. So I will get some cerulean blue and put some cobalt blue in it. So I will just make it a little bit more change on this green color here. Let's put some green color for this, and I will keep this houses open. I don't want to paint on these. And I'm assuming again the light is coming from here. So, and this you can if you pay attention that I'm going over these houses. So what happened, the dark color will create some more contrast in your painting. If I can leave it, I can go not going over these the trees, but if you are need more contrast in your painting, that's what I did actually. I put some uh, on the behind those houses, right? Those trees, so it create more contrast in your painting. Here, let's unblock this, keep it open, and then this board. I don't want to paint on this board here. Some here. If you want, you can go a little bit up for the composition point of view. It's up to you. More green color. I was picking up some of my my watercolor. I can put some watercolor. You can make it mixed media, no problem. It's just it's a painting, and I will grab some ultramarine blue, make it more a little bit raw umber, and get some cadmium yellow, and I get a dark green color. That's how you mix your dark green color. And let's get to control the light a little bit, the mass of this board, and okay, not bad. so far. And let's get some more dark color here. I left some white here. I can use this white if I have time later on. And we're gonna create something here on the on this. And now I use some cadmium yellow straight from the tube, and I mix it up straight with the tube and control some more light here. You can put some here, render these trees, trees or something in the tree mountain. You can. I'm working very fast, and I don't, because since we don't have time, you can work slowly. You can create more trees like that. You know, like you can do some jewelry work. It's up to you. But since we don't have time, I just want to show you how to mix colors, how to compose your painting, and how can you work in two mediums simultaneously. Right, almost same painting and two medium. Like how you render uh, what is acrylic, what is watercolor. So you have some kind of understanding like, okay, I want to do watercolor. I don't want to do acrylic because it's a little bit too much work as compared with the watercolor. It's up to you. Oops, my palette is moving. Let's get some dark color here carefully. Actually, I'm going to leave this part of the painting soon because it's taking too much time, and I don't want to go just keep working on this side. We have to pay attention on the other side also. Make sure you don't want to block these houses because otherwise then you need to draw again. So I will just take the advantage, just put it not painting over it. I can use some if you have let's say black color, the lamp black or other color. You can use that also for your painting, not a problem. So now I put my brush back to sleep, and I will use some yellow ochre and tone it down with the burnt sienna. You don't want to use yellow ochre straight, and then I will mix it up with some white color, titanium white it is, and then I will start putting on this shoreline on the beach, whatever you call. Some more burnt sienna, some French ultramarine. Get some more kind of tone it down, grayish, yellow ochre type of color, some white color. I hope you're getting it. How you get these colors done? A little bit more French ultramarine. Get some more, and then you see that beautiful yellow ochre type of color, but toned down. You don't want to get this. How much time we have? Oh, we don't have time. Ooh, that is that's acrylic painting. Just no surprises. I keep the boat open. Let's get this earthy color a little bit here also. Let's get this in since we have, and I will go. Keep the figure open. Same thing like a watercolor, and get some more burnt sienna into my mix. A little bit more, and then go to the shoreline. A little bit water in my mix so I can get a more control on the wash, right? So soon as you see it getting a little bit paper or the canvas getting dry, and you can render these colors very smooth. I mean, like then you just put a little bit water, and then you see it will become smooth strokes. A little bit raw umber, tone it down more. Okay, here let's get this white off out of the canvas because this is not a watercolor, right? I can keep some white, you can keep some white, it's up to you, but it's like I said, it's not a watercolor, so You can, because it's an opaque type of color, right? The acrylic. So you can go and change this with the. Let's put some rocks here. Let's get some rock, burnt sienna. That's just for more interest. Let's get some a little bit more earthy look at the edge of these houses, because we need some. We don't want to go with the one color, right? Green color will look a little bit not very good. Any color with dominating your painting, you need to tone it down. You know, like although if you're working with very limited palette, that is fine. But soon as you have one color is dominating, you need to work with the color to get this color off from your painting. It's too much here. These boulders, some color here, and that's it. I don't want to go too much. Let's put this brush to sleep, and I will grab some smaller brush, some cadmium yellow, and straight from the tube some crimson, and I got a beautiful nice orange color. You can put some white in it, and you get a nice beautiful type of cadmium orange color. Although you can have a cadmium orange, not a problem. You can mix your own cadmium orange, or you can get it straight from the tube like I did in a watercolor. So here I get a beautiful cadmium orange. You need to make sure that you mix very properly in acrylic. That is the little bit water, and get a, because I'm working on a smaller subject, right? So I need some the kind of a more liquidy type of wash. So here, so I can work easily and pay more attention. Otherwise, you can go uh, kind of a abstract type of painting. That is fine too. Nothing wrong with that. With the little bit more bold strokes you can do, you can work with the smaller, like, you know, more detailed, more realistic type of work. Here, put it here. Let's clean this, and let's put some more red color here. I mean the cadmium orange. Sorry. Now I will go grab some raw umber, mix with the same mix, and bring some French ultramarine. So I have not a very good color. So this is I'm gonna put it here, tone it down. That green color is too much. I don't like this green color, it's too much. So just tone it down a little bit. Put some more muted type of green color. That's at the shoreline. Some dark, and like a old type of trees, right? Not just a fresh trees. Here, done. Okay, and I'm gonna clean my brush, and now I will work on the. I'm gonna control the light. Basically, houses I can go with the same orange color. You can do the roofs of the houses quickly with the more watery type of wash. Here I can put this here. The edge, right? And then some boards with the burnt sienna. Let's bring some burnt sienna into the action, because we need more dark type of brown orange color. So here I'm going to put some here on the board. Let's go all the way down, get this white out of the board. And now I'm going to mix some dark color. So I will take some raw umber. Actually, raw umber is not a best color to mix grays, because it's become a little bit green. So I will just use the cadmium, or the burnt sienna, and the ultramarine blue works really good for the gray colors, right? So now I'm going to control some line. Let's put some dark value, the mass of the board, and then it create a almost like a boat type of shadow. If you want, it's up to you. You can go shallow. You don't need to do very harsh type of shadow right here. And then I will go use the gray color here beside these houses so it create more sorry about that contrast here. The mass of the boat there. Every time I go, I have a paint in my brush. I not try to use the go waste, so I just use this for some other reason. In a painting you can use so many places. I just spreading because I need some kind of a contrast in this boat also, right? So I put a little bit dark background here and there so I can create some uh, type of dark color so I can have this boat more visible, right? That's what the idea is. This is our subject, so focal point, I would say. And then you can go a little bit more dark color at the edge, create some more contrast, more dark value here, create the boat more. And the oops, here let's go with the white color, very white color, so I can have this the mass a little bit more and a little bit dark color here so we can create some reflection in the water. This boat here. Now I'm gonna go grab a round brush, basically round brush for small work, right? A small work. And I have a little bit get some, you know what, let's get some burnt sienna and render this boat here. And I will put some cadmium red in it too so I can have this boat more visible. And these houses, because of the light is coming from here, I will get a little bit grayish color muted with the white, and then I'll put this on the front of the house, and then the other house will be goes on the this side. Actually, let's get some more grayish type color here. Same thing with like a watercolor. You do watercolor same way you do the acrylic, same way. So nothing different. It's just the same thing. And I will mix a little bit more nice gray color because I need some type of gray color at the edge of this roofs, the trim of the roof, I would say. The window, I rack a little bit window here on this house, and the door a little bit marking with the like a fence or something. Oops, too much water. And now I'm gonna take this brush off. I'll take this one. This is another zero number brush I have. And let's mix the white color here. Get a nice pointy, and then I will make a mass of this painting, this bone here. This has two separation on this brush, so it's okay. I can use that brush. Here, let's get this white, and let's get some erect some fences here a little bit. Yeah, just and you don't want to paint on this house because the in the water, otherwise it'll be we're gonna keep it open. So this is how you create a reflection in the water of certain thing. These boulders I would just erect quickly because I planned it no problem. It's a little bit more gray color, mix brown color with the ultramarine blue, get some dark color, get the dark color into the water here some, and then I will go keep working on this water and make sure that the reflections are there, right? You go with the long brush marks, right? Strokes, and then you can go over it. And then you can go with the, and then you can put some. You don't need to exactly render that the look of these houses into the water because you need to go a little bit more. And then if you want, you can go and create some the reflection of these trees in the water also if you want. It's up to you. If you have time, you have energy, you can go and just vaguely get the same mix I have in the in my palette, and I can go these trees or the shadow of these trees. You don't want to go too much. Just go a little bit here and a little bit cadmium yellow, and I will just create more reflection, like reflection. And the orange of the little bit hint, not too much, right? Not too much because just a little bit orange here, there of these houses, right? And a little bit cerulean blue, and I will make a streaks of the cerulean blue, so we don't need to. It's just a white sitting there in the water, right? So I will just go put some cerulean blue, a very muted cerulean blue with my white color, and I will put some here also, some strokes here, create more water type of look. Some white color, let's put some muted more because it's too harsh. If you think too harsh, you can just mute it. Mute, and I will put some here also. Carefully, you don't want to go too much, right? So you just a little bit on the top of these shadow of these trees, right? Just a little bit so it create um, kind of a shape of the, I mean, like a reflection in the water. And then I will go put some white color here at the edge of this rock and create some more like a crushing wave or something at the edge. Again, I will put some streaks here across so we can have a nice beautiful effect, and some cerulean blue. Let's bring the cerulean blue in action, and I will put some cerulean blue so we running out from the cerulean blue, so let's get some cerulean blue into the action. There you go. So now I will go and create some reflection of this rock also, a little bit, not too much. You don't want to do too much, otherwise it will be start showing, right? Here I will go put some white color. I put a little bit more Van Dyke brown here, which is not a very good idea, and a little bit more the water streaks, right? Not too much. If you do too much, then it will create a problem. So please don't do too much. Let's keep it simple as possible. Although this painting become a little bit complicated as compared with I was planning, but now it's okay. As at least you can see what it is, right, in acrylic Now I'm gonna go grab a nice small round, this very flat, small flat brush I have for the small marks, which I'm gonna draw the bow or the robe. Get some nice gray color, so I will put the post here, right? And then I will go a little bit more liquidy type of wash here, and I'll put something here. So now I'm gonna go in the jewelry work a little bit and create some more dark value here on this board. Get some burnt sienna straight from the tube. Let's get some more dark color and a little bit we have a little bit over time, so just a red color for the flag or something, and then I will put some more dark color here, just to create more depth into my painting. A little bit dark here, there, on these windows, in this boat. Actually, I muted these two masses. Now, see, this is the time you go sit down because basic painting is done, right? It's mostly the painting is done now. So what do? You sit down and relax a little bit, and then you go. If you want more color into the board, you can put some more color. There's nothing wrong with the acrylic because you can override these color over and over, but you don't want to go too much, right? You just keep it a little bit under control, and then it will come out really good. So let me just actually get this kind of the too dark color here at the edge of the board. There you go. You can use kind of a more brush stroke, more like a control type of mark, or you can do a loose painting, whatever you like. You can work with that, but you need to understand how to control the light, how to compose your painting, and how to mix color, right? The mix color, how big is the board, how small is the houses, this, and the controlling the light, how to control the light. See the clouds are, I put a little bit gray color so it create more illusion of the clouds. It's just not a flat wash or something. Let's put some yellow ochre color and here at the edge, straight from the color, and I wouldn't touch. Certain things happen by accident in your painting. You don't want to go change it because it looks really good. Just leave it. If you made a mistake or something, called happy accident. So, and there you go. A little bit more contrast here. I would just work with this, bring this color here all the way down. So this board will be this shadow. The dark patch is kind of a little bit not very pleasant, so you need to work with this dark patch and bring it, spread it all the way here so it looks more pleasant, right? Here, let's get some dark color and put in the cavity of the board again, a little bit more, create more contrast and the hollow. So this is the version of the same painting. Let me just put both side on side because since we don't have time, and so this is the acrylic and that's the watercolor. Very smooth work in the watercolor, and let me overlap these two paintings like that. Let's zoom out a little bit here. So you can tell, right? There's a one painting done in acrylic, you can done one in watercolor. It's very smooth. It's very control. I mean, like more kind of surrealism types, abstract, semi-abstract, and then it's more realistic, right? Like it just it more time, more mixing colors, more control type of work, like you don't want to go and work very quickly like watercolor. So watercolor you can do very quick. You can render like in 10 minutes, that type of painting, but acrylic requires some more time. Okay, so I will finish this class here. I hope you learned something out of the class, and I will keep doing the same acrylic for the rest of the summer. As the summer, I think we have only 2 or 3 weeks left in the summer. So I will do acrylic and I will do a little bit watercolor. So how can we apply the same information from here to here, right? But in a different way, in a different medium. So, okay, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here, and please subscribe to the channel if you didn't subscribe to the channel. Bring more friends to the channel because we need help, and we need to keep this channel going, and help me and help yourself because it's just every week class. And if you need to bring subject matter, if your choice, please send me the message, and I will try if I can do the subject matter you like to me to do on the demos. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Thank you so much again for being here, and have a good weekend. See you next week. Take care.